My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Elden Ring. We're here in the lower capital church where we found the deathbed companion's dress as well as the outfit of Leyndell the Lionhearted. After last episode having progressed the loathsome Dung Eater's storyline. Yes, that goes to an area I don't need to drop down to if I recall correctly. I believe I've effectively just come up from there. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I didn't read your helmet though. It should do. Give me more armor? Makes sense. What's your helm say? There we are. Mask with long, hideously twisted horns worn by the Omen Killers. Increases strength. Bears the smirking face of an elder, twisted in wicked delight. This visage is carved in the image of the evil spirits that haunt the omens in their nightmares. It's next to the navy hood? I guess both of these increase a straight statistic. Maybe? Yeah. So I can't entirely determine otherwise what they're being split by necessarily. Not that it definitely matters. So I think a large amount of the lower area has been cleared out. I just have to make sure that there's nothing in a nook and or a cranny. Other than that, I think I'm largely looking to go up the wings of the dragon. Oh, literally just where I came from. Oops. Got turned around for a second, thought it was elsewhere. Yeah, in fact, this looks like the only way out to here. Which confuses me. Did I drop into here? That's yes that way, that's yes that way. Actually, no, I think we're all good. I think that is just a bit secluded. Whoa! Nice! Now I'm just gonna continue pounding until you're dead, though. But you may well deserve the damage you dealt to me. So to the left was the tree spirit. And I'll just quick kill you. Before proceeding up the wing, which is around there and then around and up, I dropped down into that hole, ending my progression in this direction, so we may still have a little bit of this unexplored. Did that perimeter pretty effectively, if I recall correctly, though. Kind of surprised by how little of the area is I guess I must have already cleared that earlier. But how little of the area is demanding that I look for all nooks and crannies. Thankfully, we've found a new nook to explore. Golden Rune and then murder anyone who attempts to spawn because of it. Also see a purple item over to the left. These are new ones joining the fight constantly, right? No revivals on those who've died. Oh. No. Give me a moment. I just want to set up a single hit kill. Maybe I should just be trying to preempt each of these corpses. Got a mushroom, gravel stone as well. More over to the right. Smithing stone here for us, though. Hey! You're not one of the ones that would have been a dragon afterwards, right? The ones that fly around like a dragon do scare me. On a pure basis of, like, power. Just the entire time letting the second one hit me because I feared the first one so much. That's okay. So this main area was also new to me. And I entered from the bottom side there. Let's come back and get some height. Let's see if that reveals anything new. The height just gets... Oh! This gets me to a level that I already have the ability to activate, apparently. Do I know where this came from? I just want to be able to connect this contiguously to the rest of the map that I understand. Or some part of the rest of the map that I understand. I mean, there's a Crucible Knight of a kind in there. I don't think I have been to this area, so I don't know why that worked. Oh well.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting knights.
No backstab? Heal. And take a preemptive heal as well. There we go. Get the guard break and the critical counter. My weapon seems to be doing so little damage against you on that critical. Do they have some sort of critical defense? Hero's Rune 5? What? So the first hero rune that I popped gave me 50,000. 35. Oh. So I guess there are decreasing gradations of it. Interesting. So we recognize the hood as the guilty hood for those accused of lesser crimes, indicated by the color of sharpened branches. We also recognize the effects on their body. That is to say, the burning, charred red marks on their body as the inflict of frenzy. Actually, on that note, Lord of Frenzy Flame. Beneath Leyndell, at the very bottom, lies our Lord of the Frenzied. The three fingers who hold us in thrall. I was pretty thorough down there. I don't think they're referring to Moog. I think they would have called him Lord of Blood, right? And also, he didn't seem to have any frenzy theming at all. Ah, unless there's another way down. Never mind. There is no other way down. Because this go up. Ah, this is a Denoft. In that it did not open from that side. But now it does. Sure, good. Glad to have some paths back. Still not sure where I'm gonna find that frenzied lord though. I'm kind of just mentally traversing the sewer in my mind at the moment and thinking, like, is there any location that was locked that I couldn't go into or didn't open from this side that I didn't then open from the other side? I can't think of one. Like, at all. Well, gonna leave that on the pile for the future. Alright, so this is back to the main pass. I think we've explored largely the lower area of Leyndell now. You know, assuming we consider this to be the upper level, this is the lower level, because this is mostly flat, and this is not. I see that misbegotten far over in the distance. And in fact, more misbegotten. Interesting. Very weenie though, so we'll just take no care and thump. Some beast blood from a corpse. Looks human in the ground. We are entirely 100% water soluble, so I'm not going to go for a swim at this juncture. This area's got a lot of atmosphere. It's also just very sparse. I guess that is a part that's leading to the atmosphere. Wow, good dodging, dogs. I was about to say, oh, they're using it to introduce a new type of misbegotten enemy, but nope, we've seen that one before. Lightning-proof dried liver. Gotta make sure that I go on either side of each of these carriages as well, because we've seen these previously carrying items. Wouldn't be surprised to see it again. In fact, more than that, I might be surprised not to. So, part of our reward is... Oh! Oh boy, he hit me out of main air there. Oh, it's on! Yep. Yeah, that was a problem. Obviously I was locked in by the dog, the misbegotten, the wall, and the planter. The fact that I didn't kill the first dog in a single hit was basically the end of the fight there. Also, I had no healing pots left at all. Maybe I should have taken a moment to rest somewhere. I can... Forsaken Depths there, Cathedral of Forsaken, Eastern Capital Rampart, and then that'll come out onto the main. I'm now looking for whether or not I can just spawn up on the top side and use the newly opened passage to come down. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. Okay. So I've just got to kill the misbegotten along the way. I probably can just not gain any of their attention if I prefer. Sneak over to the other misbegotten and the dog and then just thump. Honestly, that might actually just be a far better idea overall. I think I'll commit on that one. So after exiting here, we go up to the main. We take the left. And then right around to the right side. There's more exits here if I want to go north, but that's later date. I mean, they do drop an old fang from time to time. Old fang is kind of rare. A little bit limited. The problem is dogs have like a really long, pun not intended, but leash range. And the aggression of them heavily modifies the difficulty of any other enemy you have to fight alongside them. Like, even if a dog is like, you know, difficulty level 1, 2 dogs is difficulty level 8, 3 dogs is difficulty level 20. Like, non-linear additions to the difficulty of the encounter. Yeah, the dog is looking out. I hate that I didn't get to follow up with the attack. Oh, buddy. That almost got real tragic. To the tune of 89,000 souls tragic? Way too tense for my heart. That's a perfume bottle. Honestly, should have just come and collected these first, but I was hoping I was just going to be able to get in the midst and instantly kill the dog with the golden land there. All's well that ends well. Let's go back to the heights. And, I mean... Oh, the Michaela's lilies don't respawn when you collect them. So you can't easily farm them. I was wondering if there would be any collectibles like that, because all of the collectibles I've seen... All of the crafting lootables that I've seen in the entire game so far have been renewable. Infinitely. Hey, buddy. Can't do a jumping R1. It just isn't enough. Jumping R2 will do it every day, though. Damn it. I was really hoping that was possibly going to be one of the situations where if I walk away at the appropriate rate, the enemy never gets close enough. Their tracking stops short. Soporific grease, if I wanted to make someone sleep. Interesting. We haven't actually seen them pray before. In fact, You haven't seen much that really humanizes the misbegotten. We've seen a lot of things that tenderize the misbegotten, but, you know, I have to be part of this journey. Alright, sure, the hard drive might have been entirely full of footage. I might not have cleared it out, but there were a couple Elden Ring episodes on there, and they take approximately 12 terabytes, so it only makes sense. Ah, hello, Leonin Misbegotten. If you're the only one and we're just going to aggro you alone, I'm definitely not going to summon. I'll chug this in advance. Heck, I'll throw that at you. There you go. Got one of them. Pull one of these, sell one of those, and then one of these. Really? I would have absolutely sworn that that was going to have them on the poise effect already. They are... Interesting. So they pay respect to their own dead. Well, assume, not necessarily their own dead. Obviously, those are gravestones here in Leyndell. Ooh, are they like... Are they maybe... cursed demi-humans from the Crucible of creation? Because we know that the Primordial Crucible is related to all of these different animalistic things. These animal features that are inhabited in their abilities. One sec. Let me get through these before I try and say the thing I'm trying to say, because I also want to read an item description here. Looking like a bird with all these feathers. All right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for information about No, I'm looking for information about the Primordial Crucible. So here. Crucible Feather Talisman. Improves dodge rolling, but increases damage taken. A vestige of the Crucible of primordial life, born partially of devolution. It was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. And scale as well. Do these have scales? They've definitely got feathers. And they do have scales. You can see the scale on their tail as well. I think these are a remnant of a much, much older society that was corrupted by the Primordial Crucible. That's all I have for the moment. They also do kind of have some horns growing out of them, but I don't know if they are omen horns, if they are necessarily like, you know, the growths that omens experience after curse. Some exalted flesh. Three nascent butterfly. Making sure there's nothing that I would ever want to drop down to from that side either. Side of Grace? No. An open lectern theater. Oh, a divine tower? This is kind of more similar to the study hall of Caria. No, I know where we are. No, I was wrong. Wait, was I right? Okay, yeah. So the other side, but yes. So we teleported here from a very, very early area. Actually, I think I even recall what it was. It was south of Lookout Tower. I believe there is a chest there that takes us up here. Have I not explored the center of that? Seriously? I'll leave that there for myself for later. Come on at me. Neither of you has a shield. Oh, there's even an enemy behind me. Thankfully, the iframes of critting someone cover me there. Alright. What's purple? Flame Drake Talisman +1. Exceptionally useful. Examine a seal? There is no seal. Sealed by Morgat the Grace-Given. But there's no seal. I guess this would be leaving the area as I like how much I can zoom out there. Yeah, I guess that would probably be leaving the area. Sealed by Morgat the Grace-Given? I guess... Like, I can't think of any path again that I've neglected. And there's no grace around here? Maybe there's a grace, like, almost immediately on the other side, or in the temple on the other side. I'm just very surprised not to see one. I don't expect anything to be off the side of any of these towers at any point, but there easily could be. I mean, you know, there's height on... There's height on some parts. The boundary here, but not all of it. Okay. None of that's survivable. Don't think we're gonna need to go under this at any point. I should really get an idea of what's... Should I get immediate? No, there's not. There's definitely not enough space to fall down there and survive. Okay, so this giant open area. We've reopened a passage back here quite easily. See if I can walk at the grayscale. The only thing that comes to mind is that we just weren't supposed to do these in this order. We were supposed to explore the upper town before we went back down to the lower town. Boo. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's another way out of here at all. Well, fine. Let's go back to the upper side of the town then. Leyndell kind of goes there. Lower Capital Church seems like a good idea. So there's definitely a huge amount of the top area here that I haven't explored. But will any of it necessarily give us like a bead, like an obvious direction we should start moving? This is actually not where I want it to be. Looking for the avenue balcony, I believe. So this is back to where I last saw Melina. And we went out that way to get to the other Divine Bridge. So this looks like the best bead to try and find more story. Come on. Next one. I really appreciate that both of you took the time to buff your weapons. 12. That'll knock you. This place has been very, very generous with their smithing stone 7s. Well, I guess the sewer was generous with smithing stone 7s. Largely. Ah. Can't open the door. Around to the side. Neither. Looks like we can kind of go a little bit up and around, though. Just a golden rune 8 for us. I think we actually... I mean, number one, we want to cash in a level right now. I don't think we're close to being able to cash in a second. I think after the next boss, we probably would be. We've been hoarding golden runes for quite a while, and a lot of them have been 10 plus. 13. Some gravel stone as well. Uh-oh. No, this is... Hang on. Alright, let's run. I bit off more than I can chew. I was being attacked from behind as well at the same time. Let's bottleneck them a little. Oh boy. Even the defaults throw lightning attacks. And in fact, even the defaults have perfume. Good lord. Okay. Keep running. Roll. One down. Maybe I should consider using ranged weaponry a little more in this area as well. Because I can't keep just fighting off way more than I can shoot like that. An excellent way to guarantee that I have to spend all of my resources before I even find anything to spend them on. Or worth spending them on. Some Lord Swan bolts there for us. So basically 10,000 across that. More enemies over the left immediately. And what looks like an unexplored area just down and on the right. We get this item before we leave, though. Golden Rune 8. And this is back towards the upper side, actually. I thought it was going back to the lower side. It's better to go back to the upper side than the lower side. I've way more to explore on the upper side. Is that where Starlight Shards are? Is this a bowl for... No, it's not. Spinning Stone 4 there, though. Wait, have I been considering these both incorrectly? Leyndell Catacombs, Second Depth. Dungeon is over there. Yeah, maybe... Yeah, maybe I gave these each, like, perfectly the wrong name. Yeah, because up and in that direction is where the song is coming from. Right? I'm all turned around in this town. I don't think I know the correct directions at all. No one asked me for directions. I'll send you straight to hell, unfortunately. I don't mean to. Oh, God, help me. Yeah, literally back to the same place. And then that goes down to the main floor. Is there a reason to pursue that all the way to the very end? Because I keep coming down this path, and then I think I split off before I even get to the end of it. Yes. Yeah, because the end is ascending the dragon, which immediately I was like, no, this is back to verticality. This is what I needed to find. Just make sure I'm constantly moving in a way that... Whoop. Ooh, gravel stone. Take it where it's offered. Oh boy. Ah, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Actually thought we'd already failed. It just went a little further than I would have suspected. Rune arc. Some more gravel stone for us too. Let's lead back up into the buildings I couldn't enter. Beautiful view, isn't it? Want to get a bit more acquainted with it? As long as you don't have the curse, I can send you to see the air tree up close and personal. Sometimes I want to play unlocked and then I miss attacks like that consistently. Calls or some sort calls. Over the other end is progression. We'll take this grace and the opportunity to actually level up without losing all of this. How much higher do I really want to get my FP? It could easily be time to start investing some into faith. I don't really want it to be that much faith in this build, though. If I want to increase the damage... That's 4 points. 4 points for a single point of mind. Okay, sure, we'll do that. Couldn't see anything down there that I needed to pay direct attention to. Looks like that tree will lead down as well as up. So clearing out that entire bottom area is on the mark. Ooh. In a problematic way though, because you are standing up. I'm gonna try it. Okay, good. We did manage to get a stagger on you pretty easily there, although the game would not allow me to follow up with damage. Let's try. You remind me of someone. You remind me of someone who did not want to fight me at the start of the game when I visited, a beast man outside of his borders. Okay, that was ridiculously strange. Fighting them in that area was not good. They kept kind of clipping their actual stood ground onto the bottom, the top, and then halfway through the stairs at any point, which made them impossible to give the critical to. They definitely had the critical effect on their head. Wish I'd gotten. You remind me of the Black Blade outside of that area. Let me quickly go get these. Would like to avoid losing those if possible. Oh, I'm gonna lose my poise. Yep. Sorry, buddy. None of that for me. There we go. We got the poise stagger. There's the head that we could hit, but unfortunately it was not there. Sure, I could have done that way easier if I just went up close and personal. Certainly. But then I wouldn't have thrown a rock at them. And sometimes that's the most important thing. We picked up a great axe? Or was it a halberd? Gargoyle's halberd. A bronze halberd. Wielded by the valiant gargoyles. Just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax. A patchwork of champions. So, that would then allude that a lot of the doors in this area have been locked with corpse wax? Neat little drop-off point there. One here too, but I don't want to lose height just yet. Okay, I thought they'd turned because they'd just seen me. Eyes in the back of their head. Okay, not particularly perceptive. I don't think I'm going to be able to backstab this enemy. Never mind. I totally can. Then we go for another crit. And by the end of the first charge, they're dead. I was going to back off and use the Stone of Garank. I wasn't even two-handing the weapon that entire time. Oof. Feels bad to be you. Dang, can't get on the horse. But I would really like to. Okay. So it looks like the ascent of that branch is heavily, heavily guarded. As you might imagine, by Air Tree Guardians. Not sure that's the next place to go just yet, though. Still got a lot of exhaustible paths up here. In fact, one just directly upwards. Or even two. Goldmask! Corin!
Whatever is the matter?
Oh.
Please, I implore you, continue. Continue your reflections, your rhythms. I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of Radigan really? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp.
Why must these qualms come to you now? What is the matter of Radigan? Corin?
Oh, was that you? Sorry, I hardly noticed. I'm a little shaken since the Master ceased his movements.
He ceased his movements?
The Master's reflections had heightened as we neared the Erd Tree. While still a precise calculus, the rhythms grew increasingly wild, until he simply ceased. Now the Master is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true god. However, the name of Marika's second husband, King Consort Radagon, also appeared. Who exactly was Radagon? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radagon's name was discovered. Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him.
Huh?
Who exactly was Radagon? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained. But the Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp. Who exactly?
Radagon must be stumped. His fingers remain still since Radagon's name was discovered. How important could it be really?
Why must we were on the
Well, it's more important than the Golden Order, clearly. So, ever since Radagon's name appeared, Master's been silent. Who exactly was Radagon? And the... Do we have this in a note? Someone lurks among the waypoint rows? No. Okay, we don't have this in a note, I don't think. Regia's letter? Yeah. This was from... who said it? I think it might have been Pope Turtle. I think it might have been Muriel from the Church of Vows, Pope Turtle. I believe they said the statue hides the secret of Radagon. Radagon's statue. I think it was even specifically Radagon's statue in Leyndell hides the secret. So I think if I want to figure out what Goldmask just did, that's probably going to be part of it. Looks like there's a frenzy-inflicted corpse here too. Ooh, another frenzy guilty. Starfist? What is this? Is this actually like a bleed fist weapon that's not a claw? Yep, causes blood loss build-up. It is a fist strike weapon. Spherical iron manifer, covered in spikes which induce blood loss. Used in brutal games of pugilism. Oh, that's cool as hell. I can imagine like a boxing build. Especially with weapon arts. Doesn't even want to acknowledge us. Fine.
Did you need something?
Do you have any new... No new incants?
Who exactly was the Master?
I don't think I really need to care about killing the Albinorix in the area, frankly. If they care about killing me, I'll care about killing them in return. But until such a time, we shall be happy and lucky and go. Not necessarily in that order. Goodbye, Grey Tender. I actually think, yeah, you have, you've got shining eyes under there. You can get a decent amount out of this. 75,000. Not bad for a default enemy, especially one that went down in so few hits. Ritual Shield Talisman. A talisman patterned after shield used in ritual combat held to one of the Erd Tree. Raises defense when HP is at maximum. The practice died out by the age of King Consort Radagon, but remains of the arenas where ritual combat took place can still be found in every land. Okay, that tracks. I think we've learned that from something else as well. Because, yeah, there's like that one there, and then there's one of them here, one of them here. All clearly similar constructions. I did initially wonder if those were going to be entrances for DLC at some point. Not entirely certain. Did they ever end up even doing any DLC for Sekiro? It's possible that maybe even Elden Ring doesn't get any. Although I would be extremely surprised considering Elden Ring is by far their best-selling game in their shortest period of time. First week was like 12 million, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild for a not... I don't consider FromSoft AAA. I don't know. Should I be considering FromSoft AAA? I kind of consider them AA, right? Like in company of places like Bloober Team SA, who made Layers of Fear 1, 2, and was it Abduction they made afterwards? Oh, it was Abduction that they made afterwards, I believe. Okay. I mean, the next obvious thing in this area is attempting to ascend the tree. I kind of think I should do it. Let's drop a Rambo stone here, just to be sure. Actually, I can't even just drop down from an easier area over there. Or I could literally just drop down onto this side and then jump up to the top of it. Okay, still got the unders of all of these areas to do. But let's start with the overs. Give me a good view of what I would need to get from under. Managed to get a little bit stuck in the terrain from the crit there, I think. Yeah, if it's as simple as that, I think we can just rinse and repeat. Wow, a normal hit does it? That'll make it a lot easier. I believe one of those did have a pillageable corpse. And yet the corpse, I think, fell as well. So I guess I gave up some height there just to make sure that I killed all of them. It's better than being assaulted from behind. Exactly. Ain't it just? Got that guy there sneaking about, trying to make himself unseen. I see you. I don't know when I'm going to need the sentry torch, but I don't want to early equip it either. Just be another item I have to toggle through. The other one fell. This should make it a lot easier, though. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Let's take the right side out of this. Thankfully, this has its own loop immediately back up. So I don't have to loop the entire way around and then come back up. Holy Grease. We also get Guardian Braces. Damn it. I hope what the other person dropped, the person that I will pay no mind to, I hope what they dropped wasn't unique. Well, it wouldn't be unique, but I hope it wasn't part of their armor set, because I do want the lore from their armor set. Speaking of the lore from their armor set, we've got a little bit more of it now. The Greaves. Guardian braces. Worn by the Guardians of the Minor Air Trees. In accordance with an ancient pact with the Air Tree, it is said that their deaths lead not to destruction, but instead to renewal, eternal life as Guardians. Is that not, like, similar in tone to the curse being given to them? Okay, same information there too. Have they basically been cursed? Oh! Oh, hey, bud. Ooh. Oh, that's a sick attack. Okay. Okay. That comes from you. The stone to the ground. So the third hit on that combo attack is a jump. Which is important because I can jump over that. Yeah. Wait, is it the third hit in almost every one of these is a jump? I don't have a fast enough weapon to punish in between those with a standard attack, but I can wait for the follow-up. Damn it! Critical! Wait, wait! Get him! How's that for an end to an episode? Talisman pouch, touch that grace and sit right down. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Elden Ring series playlist. Up in that top left YouTube recommendation, down below streaming past the names of the people who are generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody plays out above the thanks here. And a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.